Hey, it's Bree. Thank you for being here. This information I feel just like applies to every single mom out there. So I am a registered nurse and certified health coach of hippydippymom.com. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much. Go ahead and follow, like, subscribe, tag, all the things, right? So first, let me know who has a child that has ever had a temper tantrum or a meltdown. Guilty. I mean, it's going to happen at some point or another. There are definitely more reasons for temper tantrums than what I'm going to share with you today, but what I'm going to share with you today will drastically reduce the amount of tantrums that your child has. So just like 95% of disease is preventable, probably about the same number applies for the number of temper tantrums. So again, my name is Bree. I'm a registered nurse and a certified health coach. I am the founder of hippydippymom.com, and I'm here to help you eliminate as many toxins as possible so that you and the ones that you love the most are able to experience fewer sick days and a better quality of life. So, temper tantrums. We were the couple that would sit in the restaurant or be in a store and listen to other kids crying and screaming and go, oh my gosh, our child will never do that, as most childless couples think. Thankfully our daughter was very well behaved in public. She saved all her temper tantrums for just us at home. We made the best decisions that we was younger, but as we both learned more about the connection between our food and mood and our toxic overload, and we started practicing healthier living, we noticed that her temper tantrums just became very few and far between. And now, knowing what I know and having pieced together this information, when I observe other children having meltdowns or temper tantrums now, honestly, it makes me really sad. I mean, of course, there are some kids that are just kind of manipulative, or they've been trained by their upbringing that they can get their way by acting that way. But for most children, they are just miserable inside because their body cannot function properly because of the reasons that I'm about to share with you. So the top reasons why temper tantrums happen is because they're getting too much sugar, they're very nutrient deficient, they have poor gut health, and really those are the main top three reasons, which are huge. And our brain and our body are not able to function when any of those are happening. So is it really any wonder that that kids are having temper tantrums? They literally have no control. And so now watching kids when they're having those meltdowns, you can just see sheer misery. Like they have no idea what's going on, why this is happening. And these are really the reasons. And as I've shared before, kids are counting on us to make the best possible decisions for them. So after watching this, you can definitely put some of these things into practice, and you'll see a huge difference. I can guarantee it almost. So, from sugar, it creates a kind of what I call like a roller coaster. We have that high after we eat the sugar, and then we crash, and then we eat sugar to pick us back up again. So we have that high, and then we crash. And of course, those crashes are when mood swings and temper tantrums and meltdowns happen, or when our body is so strongly craving sugar, because as we know, it's been proven to be like a drug. So we fiend for it. And when we don't get it, that's another reason why, kids have meltdowns, adults have meltdowns when they're not able to get their fix of sugar too. You know, I always say that sugar is one of the biggest, baddest toxins out there because it is in everything. It is so easy to get, and most of us are consuming way, way, way too much of it. So consuming sugar also means that we are nutrient deficient because we're consuming a lot of sugary foods, which are not nutrient dense. And sugar keeps us from getting the nutrients that we need if we are getting healthy foods. That, you know, eliminates nutrients faster, and sugar and those essential nutrients have to compete to get into the cell. So just all kinds of, you know, issues surrounding sugar. So nutrient deficient, also too many toxins. You know, our bodies are constantly fighting to eliminate those, and can't focus on just doing the basics, which is processing food. So, you know, it's kind of always shocking to me that people are nutrient deficient. Most people are, yet we act like we have no idea why our bodies are not functioning properly. Why, you know, as a nation, we're so incredibly sick, all the way down to why our kids are having so many meltdowns and temper tantrums. If our body is not getting the stuff that it needs, like the basic stuff that it needs, it just cannot function properly. So we have to make sure that we are eating nutrient dense foods. Another big reason why kids are having tantrums and meltdowns is poor gut health. So there's so much research out there showing how our gut does so much more than just digest our food. It, you know, controls a lot of our hormones and our neurotransmitters, and it communicates a lot more with our brain and our body than we originally thought. So if we have poor gut health, that's going to knock off our hormone balance. It's going to, it weakens our immune system. One, they know that like 80% of our immune system starts in our gut. Another thing is that the precursors that we need to develop certain hormones and happy neurotransmitters are started in our gut. So if our gut's messed up, then everything else that follows is messed up. So we are experiencing so much more mental health issues, partly because of our poor gut health. So again, what leads to poor gut health? Antibiotics. Also another fact that those are way overprescribed. Sugar, definitely. I mean, it just wreaks havoc on our body, totally. So, you know, kind of a disclaimer about antibiotics. I'll never say never use them, you know, but there is a correct time and place to take them. So just kind of a little disclaimer there. Another thing that really, really, really destroys our gut is pesticides and herbicides, specifically glyphosate. So, you know, avoiding those conventionally grown produce and meats will significantly help your gut health. So now that you kind of have that information, you know, next time you see a kid that's having a temper tantrum, just really observe them without, you know, being judgmental, and you know, see what's kind of going on around them. Is there a treat that they're wanting to get, or can you tell that they're, you know, hungry, or just, you know, watch their face. It's so interesting to see. Like I mentioned, I mean, you can just see misery. So now what can you do to, you know, take back that health, reduce the temper tantrums? So reduce the sugar. You know, everything I listed kind of related back to sugar. So the recommended daily amount of sugar for kids is 11 grams, but kids is a very wide age range. So for the smaller, younger children, make that even less than 11 grams in a whole day. So, you know, what constitutes sugar? Just good old plain sugar, honey, maple syrup, juice. What else? Those are good to start out with. Just start reading labels and paying attention to how many grams of sugar are in what you and your kid are eating. You'll notice a big difference there in your overall health, not just in the amount of temper tantrums that they're having. So as I mentioned, another cause is nutrient deficiency. So increase the number of vegetables and clean meats that you're getting. Make sure that you're consuming as many organic produce items as possible. And the clean meats. And you should be really having vegetables at every single meal, even breakfast. Include it in some snacks. Make it a variety of ways in which you're eating the vegetables raw, sauteed, steamed, and that'll really help increase, how many of the nutrients that you're getting. You can also head over to my resources page, and I have supplements that I use and recommend to really also increase your nutrient absorption. So that's at hippydippymom.com, and then you'll see resource list at the top there. For gut health, probiotics are amazing. They help rebalance the good gut bacteria that we have to have in balance in there. Another way is fermented foods, kombucha. Yogurt can be, you just, again, have to read labels because yogurts are typically super, super high in sugar. So probiotics are just a great option. They have some really fun ones for kids too. Another tool I always talk about that I really, really love are essential oils. And you can see my lovely collection there. There's just so much research about how they affect us at the cellular level, not to mention the aromatic benefits. Plus, if you're somewhere and your kid starts to have that temper tantrum, you can pull out the little roller baller mix you made and, give it to them. Here's your little roller ball mix that mommy made for you. And if nothing else, in that moment, it is a distraction. And your child will feel like, you're doing something right then and there to actually help them, and they'll feel supported. Plus, when they use it and it gets absorbed, or they just smell it, then it is actually helping change their mood. So that is it for today. I hope you found some useful information. Let me know in the comments if you found it useful, or what is the worst temper tantrum that your child has ever had. And again, follow, subscribe, share, all the things. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Till next time, take care.